some behind the scenes. The camera's facing the wrong way. Today, we are talking about the practice of the presence of God, Christian discipline, the presence of God. What is the presence of God so far in our discussions? I've been able to walk us through like Lectio Divina, which is a way of reading scripture. Let's back up a little bit. Christian disciplines, things people do to get connected to God. It looks like all sorts of things, so we're just going through them. There's a bunch of them. As I said, we started with Lectio Divina around Easter. Lectio Divina is this practice of reading scripture and then meditating, contemplating, praying over that scripture, and then after 5 minutes, read it again, pray, contemplate, read it again, pray, contemplate, read it again, and as you read it each time, something else will often stick out to you. We worked on memorization. We went up to the whiteboard and we wrote out scripture, and we wrote out one line and memorized one line, then added one line, and then added one line, and as we memorized more, we got the text into us. We memorized Psalm 1. What did we move on to from there? I think I'm missing one. And then we got into reading. And reading was, let's see, do I have it here? Ooh, we talked about Sabbath. That's right, we talked about Sabbath when we went through different aspects of Sabbath, where Sabbath comes from, the rules for Sabbath, all that kind of stuff. And then we did reading, because I had a friend that goes, he just loves reading. And so we read all of Proverbs over 7 different parts, I think it was. Things that you do to get closer to God, ways to read scriptures, ways to acknowledge God throughout the day, Christian disciplines, ways that get you connected more to God. Oh no, I messed this up last time. Do you remember last time? I had a voice on. It's still happening. Hold on, I have the fix. Don't worry. I have the fix, don't worry. Man, why are things running through that? Look at this. Let me pop you back over to here. Where is it? We have this soundboard on the computer that the kids love. And it was on magic chords, not clean mic. Why is it even running? Why is it going through that? It should not be going through that, but for some reason, it is. If you've made it this far, we have fixed the sound. Let's push the button just to make sure we fix the sound. We have fixed. Boy, sorry about that. That's ugly. I'll figure it out. Anyways, here we go. So, we are working with this book called Practicing the Presence of God. And this book is by Brother Lawrence. It's a book from about 300 years ago, something like that. Brother Lawrence, you can read all about it back. Brother Lawrence was a monk, and he had these different jobs around the monastery, and just he talked about what it was like to practice the presence of God. This book, there's a lot of different versions of this book. This book is tiny. You can pick this up on Amazon. I think the link is in the title of the podcast. What is this? Live stream? So we just want to talk about this a little bit. Practicing the presence of God. He talks about, as he goes through his day, he acknowledges God in everything that he does. There were a couple things in this. I've read like 6 pages because it's broken up in different letters. Here, I'll just kick back to this. it's broken up into different letters. So like I've read the first conversation, second conversation, but you can see they're only a handful of pages each. There's not a lot of reading, but it's all so dense. As I said, there's not like fluff talking about this. It's just, there's a lot of great stuff. And so there's probably